Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lords of the Night. With me, as always, is the Lord of Pain, Ranting Monkey.
Hello.
And the Lord of Pennies, Satsu 2 cents.
What up, now?
And I'm the Lord of my phone going off at the top of the hour because it always does. Scribe, the Lord of Punishment. Hello, everyone. Hello, chat. Hope you're enjoying your Friday and the weekend ahead. Unless you happen to be in one of the areas that is currently blanketed by smoke, like I am. And then I hope you're inside and not breathing caustic fumes.
Are you the Lord of Notifications now?
No, because that word does not start with P.
Notifications. The P is silent.
I hate you.
Phone calls.
I hate you. Satsu, how are you doing?
Well, I was doing great before I was hated by a close friend of mine.
Well, that was your own doing.
Yeah, it was. It was. I'll take that. Pretty good day. I talked to my internet service provider. He walked me through the motions, found out that I'm supposed to be getting significantly more than I have been getting, and they're going to come out and hopefully fix it tomorrow. So, yay.
And imagine what your streams will look like after that.
They'll still be trash. No.
Yeah, well. And Monkey, how are you doing?
Not too bad. Still sore, but happy. So how you doing, man?
Well, like I said, aside from the aforementioned discomfort of being locked in a stuffy apartment and trying to keep something like cool and all of this, I'm okay. I got my work done today. Made a very quick run to the store to stock up for the weekend with my super duper filter mask on to make sure I wasn't inhaling half a tree or something. And otherwise just kind of been relaxing today. I finished I finished the current build, let's say, of the game Cloudpunk. It took me, it's about 12 hours to get through the main, I guess you can call it, campaign. Very relaxing game. I like the story. I like the aesthetic. And there's updates on the horizon where they're going to add a whole bunch of extra story content and an inside your little flying car cockpit view that you can customize and a whole bunch of other stuff. So anybody who likes Cyberpunk, anybody who likes sort of relatively laid back games, the only pressure parts of the game there ever were, there was a couple of instances where there's timed events to get from point A to point B before a timer runs out. But nothing overly strenuous. But otherwise, it's sort of like an interactive visual novel, I suppose, after a fashion. But more than that, there's more strategy to it. So, anyway, that was the other interesting thing that happened to me today. I finished a game.
Don't forget your super chat.
No, I know. I'm paying attention. I just wanted, I don't interrupt myself often.
You should.
Yeah, probably. Thank you, Ginger Power. Here, have some money. Well, thank you, Ginger. Appreciate it so much. In that same vein, I want to give a shout out real quick to Jack Gunsky of Quippers United. Jack felt it was in his karmic interest to give some kind of donation or some kind of gift to me, as he had done previously for both Monkey and Satsu. But since I don't have a Streamlabs or something like that, he didn't want to give Google any of his money, and I was like, well, I appreciate the thought, but if you want to do anything, take whatever you would have given me and donate it to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, which he did, so I'm very appreciative of that. So thank you, Jack Gunsky, for that. Let's see, I think that's all the other stuff I have. So with that, Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games, hit that like button if you haven't already, and many of you haven't, but we'll get there. And please share our stuff, share it far, wide, sideways, and otherwise. If there is a content creator on YouTube that you like and appreciate, let other people know that you do, because YouTube certainly won't. And thank you, Alpha Omega. Hello, chat people in Latin. Hello, Alpha.
Hello.
Okay, well, let's... anything else before we get into the news, guys?
No.
Nah, Brett.
All right, so aside from the more cynical takes on the day that I had to filter through, like NBC letting us know dozens of 9/11 responders have died of COVID. Like, thanks for that, NBC. So I thought I'd read this one. Local communities take time to honor lives lost on 9/11. Thank you, Dark Resurrect, Howdy Lawton, and Chat Hooligans. Is that the thing now?
That's what Dark always calls him. Hey, Dark, how you doing, man?
Nice. I wasn't sure if we'd adopted that as the official moniker. Okay, today marks a very sad day in American history. Americans are commemorating September 11th during the coronavirus pandemic, which has reshaped so many areas of our lives. That is factually true. I'm not quite sure how they relate. Remembrance ceremonies mark the 19th anniversary of that tragic day. A 9/11 remembrance ceremony was held at the Wilmington Fire Station number 2, which features an actual piece of the Twin Towers. By the way, this story comes from WAY 3 in New Jersey, just for reference. During the virtual ceremony on Friday, firefighters lowered the flags to half-staff and reflected on that fateful day with a moment of silence. Quote, "I think it's up to some of us to always remember that, these people paid an ultimate sacrifice that day," Fire Chief Buddy Martinet said. "Lots of people died in those towers, innocent victims for a war that was difficult for all of us to understand," unquote. About 24 people were there to remember victims of the terrorist attacks and to never forget the police officers, firefighters, and others who lost their lives searching for survivors at Ground Zero. In Brunswick County, there was another 9/11 remembrance ceremony in Belleville on Friday. It took place at the Veterans Memorial at Belleville Riverwalk Park. The ceremony lasted about an hour with a number of local leaders giving speeches. WAY spoke with the Leland police chief and a veteran who both explained why it's important to remember our first responders and our active and retired military members for their service to others. Quote, "The sacrifices that our first responders, our military veterans, our service members, the sacrifices that are made every day before and even after 9/11, Police Chief Brad Shirley said. Quote, "We haven't forgotten what they went through," said veteran Gerald Decker. "That day, like other days in our history, like Pearl Harbor, we're not going to forget," unquote. Organizers capped the ceremony at around 50 people due to limits on mass gatherings due to the coronavirus. In Surf City, Mayor Doug Medlin shared photos of the Surf City Fire Department walking across the bridge with the American flag to honor the fallen. And that's where the story abruptly stops. So there you go. I saw a lot of really nice memorials and remembrances on Twitter and otherwise today. Also saw some not so nice, cynical, or otherwise almost insulting things on Twitter today, but then that's Twitter, so what are you going to do?
Right.
Thank you. This is Kyle. Hello, chat people and Lawton. Hello, Kyle. You've changed your avatar, Kyle. What is
That's going to bother me, Kyle. Fix it.
Now, what is that? Is it like the Red Hood or something? Or just the Hood from Marvel Comics? I don't know. Anything that you guys like to say otherwise about 9/11 or?
No, horrible day for America, and there's a lot of people who lost their lives as simple victims that day, but there were a lot of people who lost their lives as heroes, ran into those buildings to save people, and wherever they are, I hope they're well.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Aaliyah woke up.
Well, that's okay. She all right?
Yeah, she didn't finish her bottle or whatever, so it was sitting next to her, and she can't figure it out yet. So
let's see. This is Kyle says, Scribe, I drew that last night. Shadow Man in a red hood. Oh, okay. Well, as long as it's your art, that's okay. That is acceptable. In sort of a tangential, I guess, relation to the terribleness that was 9/11, there's some additional good news today. Bahrain becomes latest Arab nation to recognize Israel.
What?
Bahrain on Friday agreed to normalize relations with Israel, becoming the latest Arab nation to do so as part of a broader diplomatic push by President Donald Trump and his administration to further ease the Jewish state's relative isolation in the Middle East and find common ground with nations that share U.S. wariness of Iran. Trump announced the agreement on the 19th anniversary of the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks, following a phone call he had with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Bahrain's King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. The three leaders also issued a brief joint statement marking the second such Arab normalization agreement with Israel in the past 2 months. The announcement came less than a week before Trump hosts a White House ceremony to mark the establishment of full relations between Israel and the United Arab Emirates, something that Trump and his Middle East team brokered in August. Bahrain's foreign minister will attend that event and sign a separate agreement with Netanyahu. Quote, "There's no more powerful response to the hatred that spawned 9/11 than this agreement," Trump told reporters at the White House. Friday's agreement is another diplomatic win for Trump less than 2 months before the presidential election and an opportunity to shore up support among pro-Israel evangelical Christians. In addition to the UAE deal, Trump just last week announced agreements in principle for Kosovo to recognize Israel and for Serbia to move its embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem.
Damn.
But it is a setback for Palestinian leaders who have urged Arab nations to withhold recognition until they have secured an independent state. The Palestinians have seen a steady erosion in once unified Arab support, one of the few cards they still held as leverage against Israel since Trump began pursuing an unabashedly pro-Israel agenda. Well, they might also have themselves to blame for, I don't know, rampant terrorism. But, it's one, 6 of one thing, half a dozen of the other. Quote, "This is another stab in the back of the Palestinian cause, the Palestinian people and their rights," said Wassel Ubu Yusuf, a senior Palestinian official. Quote, "It is a betrayal of Jerusalem and the Palestinians. We see absolutely no justification for this free normalization with Israel," unquote. In their joint statement, Trump, Netanyahu, and King Hamad called the agreement, quote, "a historic breakthrough to further peace in the Middle East," unquote. That is absolutely true.
Mm-hmm.
And you might think this would be headline news, at least secondary to 9/11 memorials today.
No.
On CNN. Nope. It got like low below the fold billing at best. Quote, "Opening direct dialogue and ties between these two dynamic societies and advanced economies will continue the positive transformation of the Middle East and increase stability, security, and prosperity in the region," they said. Like the UAE agreement, the Bahrain-Israel deal will normalize diplomatic, commercial, security, and other relations between the two countries. Bahrain, along with Saudi Arabia, had already dropped a prohibition on Israeli flights using its airspace. Saudi acquiescence to the agreements has been considered key to the deals. Okay. So remember way back when Harvey Weinstein got taken down, and I was like, if they can take down the king, everybody else is vulnerable, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, this is the reverse. If UAE and then Bahrain decide, I predict, and I don't think I'm too far off the mark, I predict that several other countries in the region will latch on to ride the coattails of the political goodwill this is going to generate.
Well, there's no reason not to.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a smart move right now. Most of the Arab tensions have been dying down anyway.
Thankfully.
Yeah. So make peace while you can and prosper when it comes.
Yeah. So that is a total good in my mind, regardless of who brokered it. But Trump deserves some measure of the credit here. So will he be given it in any reasonable way by most of the people in the country? Or they should say on the left side of the aisle or the media? Probably not. But if he brings it up at the debates, nobody's going to be able to fact check him on that one. Oh, well, they will, probably.
Yeah, it should be interesting if Biden becomes president and those negotiations and stuff and everything that's taken place kind of snowballs. And they're just like, well, look what Biden has done.
Right.
This is what America looks like. He's bringing peace across the
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, don't worry. Trust me. It's going to
happen. Let's see. On the opposite end, I'm kind of doing a roller coaster yo-yo kind of thing here. Something that the headline at least made me kind of go, huh? Let's see. Treasury Department withholds $1.5 million from FDNY 9/11 health program.
Oh, I saw this one yesterday. Yeah.
The Treasury Department has so far withheld in 2020 approximately $1.5 million from a New York City Fire Department healthcare program for those who worked at Ground Zero following the September 11th terrorist attacks, according to letters from New York Representative Peter King. The Republican congressman wrote to Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin in June and on September 10th, urging him to reimburse the FDNY's World Trade Center health program for its services. He wrote that the department apparently withheld the funding due to, quote, a range of issues dealing with different New York City offices and programs that have nothing to do with the FDNY clinic, unquote. Quote, it is essential that you release these funds immediately to the FDNY's World Trade Center clinic, King wrote to Mnuchin in September. Quote, our firefighters should not be punished for an administrative issue with New York City's Department of Finance, unquote. The New York Daily News first reported that the Treasury Department withheld nearly $4 million over the past 4 years, including nearly $1.5 million this year through late August. FDNY spokesman Frank Dwyer told CNN that the Daily News article is, quote, accurate, unquote. Excuse me. But Frederick Vaughn, a Treasury Department official, told King's office in August that between August 2016 and May 2020, the department withheld nearly $2 million from FDNY. Vaughn wrote that the Treasury Department is required to offset federal payments for debts owed to the U.S., and since New York City has a single taxpayer identification number that covers multiple programs, FDNY's World Trade Center health program offset the debt of another. Frederick Vaughn, that's all nice and everything, but they still got less money. I understand there is a bureaucracy and maybe there are rules and policies and such, but you still gave them less money than they probably needed. So, not really an excuse, that explanation there, as far as I'm concerned. Point curation, thank you so much. He could broker peace with Sunni and Shia, no difference. Probably. Yeah. Donald Trump ends 5,000 years of religious tumult, and it's like on page A17 of the New York Times. Anyway, if those guys need money for their healthcare clinic, find the money. Just find it somewhere. We got plenty floating around in different things. Hey, you know what? I bet the Kennedy Center could probably do with a few less $1 million.
A few, yeah.
Just a few. I mean, just saying, you know.
Now, the story I read about this yesterday, they didn't have very many details exactly. Mm-hmm. Just it was breaking that over the last 4 years, the 9/11 fund wasn't getting what it was supposed to.
Yeah.
And there was just a vague mention of some other entity in New York not paying what they're supposed to about something. So it was like they were withholding the money. When it comes to the 9/11 fund, I don't care what else is going on. That fund needs to be funded, period.
No, you don't use it as some kind of financial football or some kind of leverage thing. You just say, okay, we're going to fund it and we're going to still bill you. You know, whatever the other department was or whatever. You guys still owe us, but we're going to find the money. You ever see that movie Dave with Kevin Kline?
Yep.
Yeah. So when I see things like this, I always think of that scene where he goes into his cabinet meeting and he says, "So I want to find $10 million to fund this program. So let's do that right now." And he just like sits there with a notepad and like goes over like, okay, what's your budget department guy? Well, it's this. Do you really need that much money? Well, maybe not that much. Okay, so we'll take this. And just sit there and just like, okay, let's move that money from here to there and get it done. And I understand that maybe it's not quite that simple, but it could be that simple if you just decided to do it. So when I see things like this, I'm like, you know, if there's one area where you don't really want to shirk what someone's owed, it's probably the 9/11 responders. Just saying. Because I saw that clip of Jon Stewart from a few years ago in front of a subcommittee or something, and him just like going off on him for like most of the seats being empty.
Last year, yeah.
Was that just last year? Yeah, that was just last year. Holy cow!
Last year.
Yeah, and God, it feels so long ago now.
Hey, are we done with this story?
Yeah. What's up?
Yesterday, I got contacted by one of our viewers to sing a song. It's one of our viewers that can't watch when we stream, but they always watch the show.
Oh.
Yesterday was his fiance's birthday, and everything was so hectic and crazy yesterday, I completely forgot. So if we could sing to his wife, Jen, or his fiance, Jen, today.
Sure. 1 second. Thank you, Shrouded Angel. The stream keeps stuttering. If it is, I can't do much about it. I have been having, obviously some people know, I had internet problems the other day. I had one little hiccup earlier, but if anything's happening, I don't have any control over it, unfortunately.
It's not us. And I've been telling people in chat that because lots of people have been mentioning it. Guys, it's YouTube. There's nothing we can do about it. Try turning down your YouTube settings. It's the best I can tell you for that.
Yeah.
We're an audio show anyway, so.
Yeah, go from high def down to 360p or something, because it's not going to matter much. So Jen, you say?
Yeah, Jen.
And this was yesterday? Jen, your birthday was yesterday, and we missed it, but we're going to make up for that today with this. And a 1. And a 2. Happy birthday yesterday to you.
I'm sorry I missed it.
Happy birthday yesterday to you.
I hope you had a good one, though.
Happy birthday yesterday to you, Jen.
Feel free to make me your least favorite Lord.
Happy birthday yesterday to you. Happy birthday. I hope you had a great one. I really do.
And Stargazer in the chat was saying happy birthday, Jenna. But I'm looking for Chef James, who I think posted that birthday.
Did you tell us Jen when it was Jenna?
No. The one that I specifically requested was for Jenna. Was for Jen. This one is... here we go. Chef James. Hello, Lords of the Night and chat. It's my girlfriend's birthday. Her name is Jenna.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay.
Well, Jenna, it's your birthday today. So we're actually on time on this one.
Yay.
This one's for you. And a 1. And a 2. Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to
you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to
Jenna.
YouTube is probably butchering these songs.
Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday, Jenna. I hope you had a good one. I really do.
All right. Now, this one isn't so much a news story, but it was a little editorial kind of thing that popped up in my Twitter that the title caught my attention. And given the day, given recent events and certain things that we've been talking about, I thought it might be poignant. So this is from a publication called Poynter.org, Poynter. Never heard of it before, but all the same. It's under the categories of educators and students, ethics and trust. And the headline reads, "It's time for journalism educators to rethink objectivity and teach more about context."
What?
I don't know. I'm not quite sure how to interpret that. The heading says, "It is incumbent upon us to challenge the idea of journalistic objectivity and point out how it manifests."
But
I don't know. This the language in both the headline and the subheadline are so relatively weird and ambiguous. I'm not quite sure which way to look at it, so that's why I wanted to read it. Objectivity and journalism. Over the last century, these two words have become inextricably linked. But striving for objectivity has actually hindered us from adequately covering truth, giving context, and achieving equity. Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my. Okay. Here we go. As educators, it is our role and responsibility to teach a journalistic approach based not on objectivity, but on... Okay. Breathe, Scribe.
wow.
Approach based not on objectivity, but on seeking truth, providing context, and including voices and perspectives left behind by the adherents to objectivity.
What?
CNN went to this school, didn't they? The whole group.
So objectivity is racist, is what you're saying. Okay. Well, who wrote this, by the way?
Sexist, racist, classist. Take your pick.
Okay, just for reference, this is written by someone named Gina Balleria, Baleria. And
I know that hoe from around the way.
Do you?
No.
Well, this is, at least as far as this is concerned, this is her first story for this thing. There's no biography, so I have no idea who she is or what her qualifications are, let's say. But anyway, not that it's important. Let's focus on the idea. At the dawn of the 20th century, as the scientific method emerged... Sorry, when did the scientific method emerge? At the dawn of the 20th century? Oh, okay. Yeah, there was no science before the 20th century.
What?
Okay. Well, no, this is...
That seems wrong. I got to look that up.
Yeah, when did the scientific method emerge? Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Epicurus, maybe the process for maybe Isaac Newton and everything, maybe all that stuff just didn't really exist. Maybe officially the scientific method did not emerge until the 20th century. Maybe that's the case. Maybe it's a terminology thing.
The guy who came up with it, 1561 to 1626. So I'm guessing not this century. And not even last century.
I was willing to allow for maybe the terminology was somehow just made into common parlance but no, I was like, the scientific method itself. Okay. Thank you, Sanguine. So yet again, the totally not racist nor sexist people emphatically state that being objective is inherently white and male. Well, they haven't emphatically said that explicitly yet, but that's at least the white part is implicated here. So
I just want to point out this is when the scientific method was just documented. It had been used before then.
Sure. I mean, you could say the scientific method of, gee, I wonder why that thing does that, and then trying to figure it out. That's enough to be the scientific method.
But yeah, so they missed it by a couple of centuries.
I mean, recreating fire is the scientific method, for God's sakes.
Yeah, we're talking 16th century here, so.
At least. Okay. Anyway, at the dawn of the 20th century, as the scientific method emerged, journalists recognized that some sort of objective process might lead to stronger coverage of important stories.
Oh, I get it.
Okay. Author, Benjamin Franklin was a journalist, don't you?
Here's the thing, Scribe.
Yeah.
We are looking at this as the objectively, the scientific method was written down in the 16th century.
Oh.
Objectively, Ben Franklin was a reporter, a journalist.
Yeah.
When you're seeking truth,
it's
whenever this bitch decided it happened.
Thank you, Sarah Plyer. Hello, everyone. I missed you. Well,
welcome back.
Only because your aim was off. But welcome back. Where have you been?
A lot of their rhetoric starts to make more sense if you put it in this lens. Like, objectively, what I am doing right now is displaying racist behavior. But if you're searching for truth, if you're looking at context, it's not racist.
All right. Okay. As the scientific method emerged, journalists recognized that some sort of objective process might lead to stronger coverage of important stories, keep biases in check, help to get the truth, and better inform the public. Thank you again, Sanguine. I really want to get their exhaustive list of what positive characteristics aren't white and or male, because at this rate, it will be much, much faster. Well, that'd be telling. They have to hold those things close to the vest so they can always pull up whatever they want. You can't get an exhaustive list because that would be giving away the game. Objectivity became the gold standard of news reporting, but the word objective came to be applied not to the process of news gathering, but to journalists themselves. I think it could relatively be applied to both.
Those go hand in hand.
Yeah, I mean, objectivity in the process of news gathering, but also objectivity as practiced by journalists. To convey objectivity, some journalists refrain from voting to keep from appearing biased. Okay, that's their choice. Many adopted the detached, safe tone originally developed by the Associated Press and other wire services to appear more neutral and thus marketable across news markets. Or they actually believed in objective journalism, I guess. I mean, it may be that cynical, but you'd have to go person to person, I suppose. And many began to see sources from, quote unquote, both sides of an issue to illustrate that they were giving every side a voice, no matter how valid or how absurd. Well, yes, you see, because there was a time where journalism was, hey, public, here's what one person's saying, and here's what the other person is saying. You decide how you evaluate these things. If you want commentary or editorialism, that's over in this section.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it kind of used to be. Now you can't tell the difference anymore because Gawker and God knows what else, Fox News. The quote unquote facts and the quote unquote truth that have generally been deemed objective are actually centered on a mainstream, white, male, able-bodied, cisgendered perspective, not actually objective or neutral at all.
All right.
And there it is. There it is.
So white people exclusively hold this trait, and anybody who is outside of that parameter don't hold that trait. So we need to. They don't hold those traits. So yeah. we need to treat their journalism differently.
Oh God. Okay, so remember, this is about objectivity, right? Mm-hmm. All right. Here's our author's first quote reference. Let's say of any note here. Quote: "The views and inclinations of whiteness are accepted as the objective neutral," unquote, wrote Wes Lowry in a recent New York Times opinion piece. I just want to read that one again, just in the because we're seeking context here, right? Uh-huh. Okay, so we're seeking truth, not necessarily objectivity. Uh-huh. And the first major quote in this article is, quote, "The views and inclinations of whiteness are accepted as the objective neutral," unquote, wrote Wes Lowry in a recent New York Times opinion piece. I think I'll stop there because we're at the bottom of the hour and I'm not sure much else needs to be said. But if you are curious to read more, I'm going to put the link in the chat and you can dive in on your own.
Now, is it me or do the people against white supremacy seem to think that white people are extremely supreme?
From the TEDx I did yesterday where the guy's talking about, we need to move away from color blindness. And what we really need to do is to see and acknowledge the disadvantages that minorities have. Yeah, and that guy's standing on a stage, and I'm like, hey, you're a guy, you're white, you're standing on a stage telling us that white people are inherently advantageous and not white people are inherently disadvantaged. I think I've seen this before in old black and white serials from a long time ago. I don't know what that was. Jesus Christ. Anyway, guys, it is MSS News time. If you have news stories you would like us to read on the air, please send them to us via Twitter using the hashtag MSS News. Can't promise we'll get to them all. That's because I'm long-winded, and sometimes we get caught on things. And as Monkey did a few days ago, I'm going to buck the habit of starting at the top and scroll down a bit to some stories from earlier in the day. And work. I
only did that because I got distracted, in all fairness.
Yeah, but I think it's a good change up once in a while. So stories from today, but earlier in the day. That is an app.
Glass.
And then you'd be surprised. All right, this first one, I mean, sad story, relatively brief though. Excuse me. Perpetually put in a corner Shiograph sends us this one. Stevie Lee, Jackass 3D star, dies of a heart attack at 54.
Oh wow,
that's old for a midget.
The wrestler and Half Pint Brawlers founder unexpectedly passed away at home, according to a GoFundMe set up to cover burial costs. Excuse me. The news was announced in a GoFundMe fundraiser posted on Thursday and confirmed by his agent. Stevie Lee, the wrestler and actor in projects such as Jackass 3D, American Horror Story Freak Show, and Oz the Great and Powerful, died at 54. Let's see. He died. He had unexpectedly passed away at his home, the GoFundMe says. Quote, "He was beloved by many, has many friends that were family, and a countless number of fans that adored him," the fundraiser added. "Puppet has put smiles on people's faces across the world with his hardcore attitude and lifestyle. He is a legend in the art of midget wrestling." His stage name was Puppet the Psycho Dwarf.
Puppet the Psycho Dwarf.
Puppet the Psycho Dwarf. Well, all condolences. Seems like a nice guy, and obviously, I recognize his face, even though I didn't know his name because I've seen him in things before. So there you go. Let's see. This one comes from Peter Stewart, who is currently working on a bingo card randomization program for me. Volunteered, by the way. I was like, okay, if you want to. Well, so we'll see if that. See how that works out in the time that comes. And by the way, guys, for not tomorrow, because I'll be doing the part 2 of the other TED Excellence, but Monday's show, or at least the next TEDx after that, I have rearranged the bingo card, so it'll be a revised bingo card. Keep an eye out for that. Police investigating after truck with Texas license plates vandalized in Victoria, BC. It's vandalized with a bunch of spray paint that says Trump, Trump, pro-Trump, USA all over it.
I wonder who's responsible for that.
I don't know, probably Trump supporters.
Could be.
Police are investigating after a pickup truck with Texas license plates was the target of serious vandalism Thursday. Victoria resident Jonathan Vidalin said in a social media post that his father's truck, which has been on the island for the past 3 months, had its windshield smashed, its license plate stolen, and had graffiti plastered across it. Much of the graffiti is related to U.S. President Donald Trump. Vidalin said that his father, who is in Victoria to help look after his new grandchild, is a Canadian citizen and isn't even able to vote in the U.S. Quote, "Well, some really nice Victorians badly vandalized my dad's truck with Texas plates," wrote Vidalin on Thursday. "He has been here for almost 3 months visiting family and helping us out. My wife and I just had a baby, his first grandchild, and we just moved." Unquote. Victoria police say they are investigating the vandalism and replied to Vidalin's social media post saying that they would respond, quote, "as soon as we are able," unquote. What did I misread this? Let's see. So if the dad is a Canadian, why does he have a truck with Texas plates?
I don't know.
That's the part I don't get. They don't say on here. Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe he just recently bought the car internationally or something. I don't know how that works and just hadn't had the plates changed out, but they don't explain it. So, okay. Well, Canada, tolerance, peace, that kind of thing.
All that good stuff.
Yeah. Let's see. Moving on. This one comes from Shrouded Angel. Let's see. Dark Allow says likely a snowbird winters in Texas. Could be, I guess. I don't know how that works. If you have if a car is registered in Canada, doesn't have to have Canada plates. Wouldn't you think? I don't know. Let's see. Dad keeps son's snarky birthday card for 28 years and uses it for hilarious revenge. Okay, I'm mildly intrigued. When it comes to birthdays, people often get really excited about the cake and the presents. The cards get a glance as they are opened and then are put to one side as you move on to more exciting things. They later end up in the recycling bin along with the torn wrapping paper and gift bags. Not me. I keep all the cards. I got a big stack in a box somewhere. Just in case. You never know. But one dad had decided not to throw away the birthday cards from his 42nd birthday. Instead, he put them away in a box for safekeeping. And 28 years later, he was left feeling very pleased with his decision to do so. Okay. Fast forward to 2020. Well, that was easy. And on his 42nd birthday, a chap named Rob Witt was presented with a snarky, hand-drawn birthday card from his father, the very same card he had made for his dad 28 years ago. Okay. At the age of 14, Rob made his dad a birthday card, which read, quote, "Hey, everybody, he's 42. Of course, we won't draw attention to it, will we? Happy 42nd birthday, Dad, from Robbie," unquote. Okay. The dad had stashed the card in a keepsake box all those years ago, and after stumbling across it in the loft, decided it would be absolutely perfect to use for his son's upcoming 42nd birthday. That's the joke? Okay. So he made a few minor tweaks to the design, all right, switching around the names and adding his own message. It reads, quote, "I guess if you wait long enough, what goes around comes around." I mean, it's cute-ish, I guess.
That's a cute little story.
Yeah, I mean, it's harmless and wholesome, I suppose. I was thinking there was going to be more of a mic drop somewhere, but okay.
That's kind of, cute. I mean, it was supposed to be like a little embarrassment to his dad, and his dad gets him back with it. That's cute.
That's all right. Sure. I guess my sense of what counts as like revenge these days is a little bit more biting. Oh well, wholesome. Sorry.
Is that wholesome?
Wholesome. That's how Kurt Metzger described me before the show closed out. He said my content was wholesome.
Oh.
I was like, so I'm like oatmeal?
Nobody has ever said that about my shit.
I know. It was a word that I had out as he was getting ready to like finish that sentence. I was really like, what's he going to say? He says wholesome, and I'm like, so I'm like oatmeal. I keep you regular or something. It's just, that's what I think of wholesome. I think of like, I don't know, a good breakfast or something. I don't know.
Your show's hard.
I was thinking more like a CBS Sunday night lineup.
Oh, there you go. Like from the 1980s or something. Or like the Partridge Family or Full House. It's wholesome. Let's see. This one comes from Frosted Glass. And the headline or the title is actually something I think I might be able to relate to. It says, I lost my best friend of 2 decades to Trump.
Gasp.
He's now Trump's best friend?
Well, I don't know. But I mean, it sounds like this might be the other side of the coin from what happened when I told my friend I wasn't voting in the presidential. And because I wasn't voting for Hillary, therefore I was supporting Trump, even though I wasn't voting for either Trump or Hillary.
Yeah.
That's what I assume this is going. Let's see. And this is by Felicia C. Sullivan, for reference, if it needs to be. All right. We were good girls who drank. What a way to start a story.
Good girls who drank. Sluts!
We pre-gamed with Rumpel Mintz Goldschlager. Okay. And 151. Wait, you pre-gamed with 151?
Well, she don't even remember what they post-gamed with.
I was about to say, what does the game involve? If you pre-game with
Everclear.
I was about to say, like, Jesus. And we winced as the drink burned down our throat. You had one throat between the two of you? Okay. We pounded 50-cent drafts and staggered home. Okay.
Good girls.
We held our drink until we held our hair back, but the drink was the one thing we couldn't let go. Is this a story about raging alcoholism or Trump?
Yes.
Or are they the same thing? And on it went with Thursday night drink-ups and gypsy cabs into the city. That's racist, by the way. And do you think we'll get in? Of course we'll get in. We're the pretty ones.
I'm sorry. Okay. Thursday night drinking?
Thursday night drink-ups. Were you out of school at this point? Okay. We're the girls boys want to drink with, go home with, make a home with. No, that last part. Not that last part. We're swathed by the bottles we bought and the warmth they bring. Where is this going?
Is this a new Cardi B song?
Remember that time we slid on black ice on Fordham Road because we only had enough money for a bottle of Boone's? What?
Seriously, this is Raging Alcoholic, the series.
When we drank, the world was set to rights, scrubbed clean and raw, and everyone was beautiful and nothing hurt. Remember being 19 and feeling so young, faces unmarked by the slow, steady march of time. I'm more curious about the unmarked liver you currently have and kidneys after pickling them every Thursday with Goldschlager and 151 before you started drinking.
Hey, Google, give me directions to the point.
Best way to get to North Point renovation.
Hey, it tried.
It didn't work.
Okay. I am absolutely curious now. Freshman year, I knew of you, but my impression was you. What? But my impression was you that were a bit of a bitch. Are you drinking?
Maybe she's drunk now.
I was about to say, is she pre-gaming as she's writing this? That persistent hair flipping, the 1-carat diamond studs you wore, the Connecticut affection. Good God, this is fucking poetry. No, seriously, this is like beatnik poetry right here. I wrote you off until my best friend vouched for you, and it was second semester, and I was 18 with a pile of AP credits. So really, I was a sophomore in disguise. And so were you. We were both smart, acerbic women who had unbeatable odds for the best dorm a sophomore could get. Later on, you told me this. Yeah, I thought you were kind of a bitch too. We were barnacles. We were twinned. We were as thick as thieves. The poor girl from Brooklyn made passable by Long Island. I made everyone laugh. I was the girl the boys studied with, and you with your blonde hair and good breeding, handing me J. Crew catalogs. We ordered roll necks, flannels, and scarlet wolf scarves that we wound around our necks. My God, this is brilliant. We attended a university planted in the middle of the South Bronx, and everyone was white, moneyed, and patrician. They hailed from New York, New England, and suburban New Jersey. I borrowed books and clothes and earrings while they collected allowances from their parents. I was the full ride who worked in financial aid. Everyone was also conservative, molded in the likeness of their parents, although they regarded that truth as if it were a pair of too tight pants they refused to wear. No, we were going to be better than what we had come before. We were nothing if not ardent. They called us slackers drenched in apathy. They told us we're Generation X, but we were all of those things and none of those things, and it did matter. And did it matter when parents cut a check every month? What am I reading?
A drunken whore sorry that her friend grew up.
Okay, I'm scroll. Oh my God. This, I don't know where this is going. I would love to read more, but I'm just
Probably going to a rape kit eventually.
I wouldn't be surprised if you get to this story and they're like, and that is the end of my story. You thought this was about something else? Got your ass.
Thank you, Shrouded Angel. Did an English major write this article or wrote this article? Possibly so. I'm not going to delve any deeper into it, but man. And thank you, Michael Cruz. What was the point again?
I know, right?
Okay. Let me just check. I'm going to check one thing. I'm going to do a quick word find. See, when does Trump first appear in this article?
I feel like somebody asked a teenager why they came home late last night. And this is the story that ensued.
Over halfway through the article does the first mention of Trump come up.
God damn.
Wow.
How many paragraphs is that, by the way?
Before that?
Yeah, before you get to like, what's the halfway point? How many paragraphs?
A lot.
Holy shit. He's still counting.
41.
What?
Good God.
I mean, now I am counting those single sentences as paragraphs. A single
That
sentence
is a paragraph.
as paragraph. Yeah, so I approximately 41 paragraphs before you actually get to Trump. Thank you, Sanguine. I think an English major found out how to use their degree writing that, but forgot that there should be a point to it all. Well, I mean I'll say I was just absolutely intrigued by the descriptors and word choice and everything else for I don't know what. I don't know where.
I still want to know what happened.
Well, I put the link in the chat so you can go find out for yourself.
I don't care that much.
That was an epic tale, guys.
That was going somewhere. Just not sure where. All right, moving on. Let's see. Real quick, Babylon Bee headline from Ginger Snap. If it'll come up here. Oh no! The president visited San Francisco, and now no one can find him because it's all orange there. You see?
I
I
get it.
Oh no, the president visits San Francisco to offer aid and maybe make fun of the Democrats. Make fun of the Democrat politicians running the state a little bit. But as soon as he stepped off Air Force One, Secret Service lost their visual on him. His soft, persimmon-hued skin blending in perfectly with the fiery hellscape around him. Quote: "Anyone got eyes on POTUS?" A frantic Secret Service agent shouted into his radio. "We lost him. Repeat, we've lost him." Oh my God, that's funny.
He vanished into the Cheeto dust.
Oh, Babylon Bee.
Never to be seen again.
Let's see. Moving on. We already did a frosted glass one. This one comes from Texas Red Dirt, or Red Dirt Runner, as we know. This is a Fox News story. The Atlantic calls to, quote, end the Nobel Peace Prize, unquote, following Trump nominations.
Yep.
Really? Really? Okay. The Atlantic magazine raised eyebrows on Friday when it published a piece calling for the abolition of the Nobel Peace Prize after President Trump was nominated for the prestigious honor. The president's name was submitted for the 2021 prize by Norwegian lawmaker Christian Tybring-Gjedde, I'm probably screwing that up, who cited Trump's role in brokering a peace agreement between Israel and the United Arab Emirates. Trump has since earned a second nomination from Swedish lawmaker Magnus Jacobson for overseeing an economic deal between Kosovo and Serbia. The nominations, however, apparently didn't sit well with the Liberal magazine, which declared Friday that, quote, peace had its chance and blew it, unquote. What? Quote,
Yeah, if you read the story, it's because there have been other peace things, and if they still need Trump kind of thing.
Okay. Quote, if Trump wins the prize, it will be the fourth Nobel awarded for peace between Israel and its neighbors, unquote, wrote Atlantic staff writer Graham Wood. Quote, that will make Arab-Israeli peace mediators more successful at charming the Nobel Committee than the International Committee of the Red Cross, which has won 3 times in the prize's 120-year history, but is still less successful than my favorite, which is no one at all. What? You know what? You're right. You know what? Abolish the Nobel Peace Prize. Just let peace actually take place in the Middle East. I don't need an award given to anybody for that recognition. I'm fine with that. Go ahead. What'll that change? You think the only reason they're doing it is for the Nobel Prize? I mean, that would be cynical, but if the outcome is peace in the Middle East, you know what? I don't give a shit.
Yeah. They just don't want people they don't like getting it, which, you know.
Quote, giving the Peace Prize to no one at all is a tradition the Nobel Committee should revive, perhaps on a permanent basis, Wood added. Was a note one. Quote, the record of achievement of the peace laureates is so spotty and the rationales for their awards so eclectic that the committee should take a long break to consider whether peace is a category coherent enough to be worth recognizing. Okay, well, then you'd agree that Obama's Peace Prize should be taken away.
Absolutely not. He absolutely deserved it.
Peace had its chance and blew it. The Trump nomination helps show why. Okay. Do you want to just continue undercutting any credibility your publication has, especially when it comes to the recent scoop you guys put out there about what Trump allegedly said? Because this is doing it. I didn't know much about the Atlantic before, but I feel like I know a lot more now. Oh, boy.
Yeah, well, just in case you were confused as to how biased they are, they're like, we need to really drive this home. We are extremely biased, guys.
Very, very, very.
Yes. Just in case you're like, oh, they're kind of biased. No, we're not kind of biased. We heard a few people say kind of, and that really offended us. So we want you to know we are extremely biased.
All right, we'll do one more before we wrap up for now. This one comes from Massive Dynamics. And yes, Massive, I see you. Teacher jailed for kissing and groping boy half her age in school storeroom. Good. And from the picture they chose to highlight her, I mean, yeah.
It's a lot shorter to say teacher jailed for sexual assault.
Yeah, kissing and groping. Yeah, okay. Katie Smith, 28, sent explicit photos to the schoolboy as she groomed him on Snapchat and told a court she was seeking validation amid problems in her marriage and just, quote, wanted to be told I was pretty, unquote.
That is that female toxicity that we hear about.
What an absolute mixed bag of nuts. A married PE teacher who kissed and groped a 14-year-old boy, you mean sexually assaulted? Okay. In a storeroom at school has been sentenced to almost 4 years in jail. I would have hoped for more, but I'm surprised there's any, honestly. Katie Smith, who at 28 is twice the schoolboy's age, yes, thank you for doing the math for me.
Jesus.
Sent explicit photos and messages to the teen as she groomed him on Snapchat. She indecently assaulted him. Mirror UK, really? You're going to couch your language on this at this point? Come on. She got jail time. You can go full bore on this. Come on. Indecently assaulted him at school and in a car park, a court heard. She told a court she was seeking validation amid problems in her marriage and feelings of insecurity and just, quote, wanted to be told I was pretty, unquote. Smith from
Isn't that great? She sexually assaults a little boy and it's still her husband's fault.
Mm-hmm. Smith from the Hunter region of New South Wales, Australia, broke down in tears as she was sentenced to 3 years and 10 months. She must serve at least 2 years and 3 months before she is eligible for release from prison. That'll probably be when she's actually released. The court heard Smith befriended the boy in the final term of 2018, and they kissed and groped each other on 2 different occasions. One incident happened in a storeroom at school, and the second incident happened in a car park. Smith sent photos of her breasts and video of her touching her genitals. The boy also sent explicit photos to the teacher. So her possession of child pornography wasn't enough to give her some extra years?
Might be different laws over there.
Okay. Smith later found out that some of the photos of her had been sent to other pupils at the school. Imagine that.
No shit.
And that brought an end to their exchanges, the court was told. You think? The 14-year-old told his mom about the encounters, and she contacted police who began an investigation and arrested the teacher. Smith admitted
he told her all proud and shit. Mom.
Exactly. Well, and especially his friends. He's like, guys, look at this. Smith admitted charges of grooming a child for unlawful sexual activity, indecent assault of a person under 16, and intentionally sexually touching a child between 10 and 16. She told Newcastle District Court she didn't want to have sex with the boy, but was seeking validation amid problems in her marriage. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and she just wanted to be told she was pretty. Lady, there are many, 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 many men of legal age who are more than willing to tell you you're pretty.
Yep.
That's all you need. That's it. If that's all you need to start letting people grope you and start sending them nudes, you can do that on OnlyFans and get paid for it.
Yeah, get a fucking Twitch channel, you fucking freak. Jesus.
She would cry as she looked at herself in the mirror and, quote, do anything and everything to get attention, she added. The court heard she suffered from a borderline personality disorder and was pursuing therapy. Well, okay. Sentencing Judge Kara Sheed said Smith's actions were a serious breach of trust and a violation of the, quote, absolute prohibition on sexual activity with a child. The judge said she had to send a stern message that sex crimes against minors, especially in a case of a teacher abusing a pupil, were not acceptable. Well, I appreciate that she didn't talk of anything about gender there, but I have to question whether or not something different would have happened if the teacher had been male and the student had been female. That's my personal commentary.
Well, we know
that's the stern warning. What was it? 3 years?
3 years, 10 months, and out in 2 years, 3 months. She'll become eligible for parole, effectively.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know if that's quite as stern as I would have gone with it, but
I'm thinking at least 5.
Yeah, but Australia, I guess, prison colony.
14-year-old boy.
Yeah.
toxic femininity, y'all.
I just wish every time something like that happened, the judge would literally sit there and ask themselves, what would I do if this were a male teacher and a female student? What would I give that person? That's what I should probably give this person.
Yeah.
I wonder if they do that. I wonder if how many judges have ever actually done that little mental experiment on themselves and seen what they came up with.
Can we advocate that the judges literally throw the book at these people? Just like
that's your punishment.
Just right across the fucking room.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for all the stories. Sorry we didn't get to them all, but I think we covered some good bases there. We're going to move on to YouTube time. I'll go first because I don't have much. I worked on today's theme for the show. And that's about it. Tomorrow, Saturday at noon Pacific time, I'll be doing part 2 of the Toning a Friend episode that got cut off because of internet reasons. So look out for that if you watched the first part. And if you'd like to prepare for part 2 and you didn't see the first part, well, the first part can be found on my channel. So look for that one. And then on Sunday, I'm debating between taking the day off or doing something completely unrelated to TEDx, but at least unrelated in the platform, not necessarily unrelated in the subject matter, but we'll see. And aside from that, that's all I got. Satsu, what have you been up to?
Well, I'm in the works to start getting ready for my next cooking video. So I've made a small little short list of things that I'm looking to do, and narrowing that down so I can go to the store and get the stuff that I need for that. We got a live stream tonight. We'll be playing some Grounded, and hopefully finishing that up this weekend. And then we got some other games. We already have the next game that we're going to play lined up after Grounded, so hopefully you guys will stay tuned for that. But if we get lucky and finish it tomorrow, that would be ideal, because then Sunday we can start the new game. If not, we'll probably finish it up on Sunday and then do like a half and half like we did last week. But hopefully my internet gets fixed. People are coming out tomorrow to check on it or whatever, and hopefully they can fix it, so I'll stop having these dumbass issues, because it is supremely frustrating to be paying as much money as I am for my internet and it not working.
Mhm.
So, yeah. So we'll see. A lot of background stuff going on, guys. That's all for me.
All right, Monkey, what have you been up to?
I think I did a monkey in the morning.
Okay.
I don't much remember, to be honest with you. I think so. Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
Wow. Okay. Well, then, we can move quickly on into Foggetry time. A lot faster than I thought we would, but that's fine. Let's see. Do I have much of anything? Oh, yeah. So there was a story that was put out today on, I think it was IO9, and it said, NASA is soliciting bids to bring capitalism to the moon. And it was filed under, let's fuck that moon up. Because
Wow.
because capitalism is bad, of course. And I said, what do you mean bring? I'm already there. And I made a little meme image of my avatar's face over the singer from Lone Star that does the song "I'm Already There."
Mm-hmm.
It's a very obscure reference. I'm not sure anybody got it, but that's where my mind went. And in the corner is Dog Cat Fox smiling, because that's what Dog Cat Fox does. Let's see. Otherwise, yeah, there was the Jon Stewart thing. It's not really fucketry, but I wanted to point that out because it is a very moving speech. Whatever you think about Jon Stewart and his politics, sometimes I'm on the same page with him there in that instance. That was yesterday. I don't really have anything to add to this, but there's the picture going around of the lady with all the Sharpie marker stuff all over her face who was arrested in some kind of Antifa protest.
Yeah.
And what's the tapping?
Yeah, what is that?
It's Monkey.
Oh, okay.
That was probably me. I'm sorry. Nervous
I was
habit.
just making sure something else was going on. Why are you
I'm
nervous?
It's just I'm sitting here doing nothing, so my hand is tapping.
Yeah, that's on my leg. Like whenever I sit Ilya on my lap and I'll be bouncing around my lap or whatever. That's like a nervous thing too.
Okay.
It just happens to be fun because she makes weird noises. She's a weirdo.
Let's see what else. Well, again, this isn't really fucketry, but a soldier received a Medal of Honor today for helping to save 70 captives from execution by the Islamic State.
Wow.
Nice.
Holy.
Very brief thing that I can get in the blurb here. Sergeant Major Thomas P. Payne led soldiers into a burning building filled with fighters to rescue dozens of captives of the Islamic State in 2015. Well deserved. Holy shit. It's fucking amazing. I already talked about that. And that's all the quote unquote fucketry. A lot of the stuff today was just 9/11 remembrance and stuff. I don't really categorize it as fucketry, really. So, yep, there you go. Satsu, what do you got?
Let's see here. One of the things I saw today was it Gilbert Gottfried reading Cardi B's lyrics to WAP?
Oh no!
Oh my god, dude, this shit is fucking hilarious. And just if you've ever heard him before, you can imagine
Like you probably don't even have to hear it because you could probably hear it in your head. I wish I could play it for you guys right now, but I don't know if you'd be able to hear the audio on my side. But oh man, me and Squishy were fucking dying laughing at that.
I will have to check that one out.
It was super duper fun. All Buildings Matter was trending today for reasons I'm sure you guys could guess.
I must be dense. What?
Well, it was a counter to all those exclusively white people who say that all lives matter.
What, World Trade Center?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Somebody made a meme where it was like always remember or something, or never forget. And then on the bottom, they circled all the other buildings in the area and they said, but these buildings matter too.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they was like, haha, got you guys. Aren't we hilarious? And I'm just like, nope.
Not even a little.
Really. Not really.
Don't even make no sense.
The all lives matter retort or whatever in itself isn't funny. So I guess they're just like, haha, we got you guys. White people are so mad about this. And I'm just like, more than white people died in that tower, right? Like y'all are just terrible. Just terrible humans masquerading as decent people. Speaking of which, there was another post that said, unironically, dear police, we know you are not all bad, but as you love to say to us, you fit the description. And I'm just like, so you're saying that their viewpoint is valid? You're validating that viewpoint, that horrible viewpoint that has killed a lot of black people. You're like, yeah, we know you're all not bad either. And we think that when you do that, it's wrong because people die as a result. But we would like to mimic that behavior and that sentiment because we're fucking retarded. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, thank you for pointing that out. And I once again, this was supposed to be another gotcha, but like, if a person murders somebody and that's a really bad thing and you think it's horrible, like getting that person's attention as they're walking away somewhere and say, hey, watch this, and then murdering another person's like, haha, like it's what? There are two murderers now. I never understood this. Like, it doesn't make sense to me where they're just like, yeah, if we do the same thing you guys do, then it's somehow good, I guess. I don't know. It's something I've never understood, but radicals are really love this method of getting back at the other side, I guess. I don't know. What else did I see? Let me see. There was one other thing I think over on the Twitters. Let me go over here real quick. There was a lot of spicy takes about 9/11, but I don't want to talk about that. Well, I guess I'll mention this one. There was a post that came out where somebody said, yes, never forget 9/11 happened or whatever, but you should also, they said, more importantly, you need to remember all of the Muslim people who faced scrutiny or whatever, after it happened. And I'm just like, how about we acknowledge them both? Like, why can't they both just be acknowledged? Like, why does one have to be brushed off as nothing and the other one? And even if you were doing it in the opposite direction, if you were just like, this is more important and fuck those people who were treated poorly afterwards, I'd say the same thing to you. Like, why can't we just acknowledge the fact that it happened and also acknowledge the mistreatment of a lot of people who had nothing to do with it afterwards? It's called multitasking, people. We can do it. You don't have to pick one. It's 2020. We have options now.
Before you leave Twitter, check our DMs. I want to hear your on-screen reaction to that.
This is the. Oh, gross.
All right, I'm going to throw it in the chat now so everybody can see what I'm talking about.
Monkey.
No.
I didn't do it.
Oh shit, dude. Ah, okay. I needed that. That's all the fucking tree I want to talk about.
Okay.
Holy shit, dude.
Was that everything then?
Yeah, that's everything for me.
Okay. Monkey, what do you got?
Oh fuck.
Apparently Leafy got banned from Twitch today. I don't know what he did this time.
His regular content, probably.
Probably, but look, I'm not a fan of Leafy's, but I'm so tired of the censorship shit. I really, really am.
I'd have to know what it was he did, supposedly, but yeah.
Well, like when it comes to the YouTube ban, it was for him being mean to that Pokimane chick.
Pokimane, yeah.
Did he threaten her? No? Then shut the fuck up. I actually heard people, well, it was harassment. He was making her watch those videos?
Real quick, thank you, Irate Prostate. Hey, y'all, this is a reminder that Sunday afternoon I am interviewing the lovely Lady Monkey.
I just asked her questions earlier today. Beat you.
What time will that be, Irate Prostate? Give us a time zone, a time frame there, and I'll add that too. Sorry, Monkey.
No, it's fine.
5 p.m. Eastern. So 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific on Irate Prostate's channel. You can listen to an interview with Lady Monkey. Okay.
It's not harassment if somebody talks about you. It's just not. And the idea that it is, if the idea that it's people, they said mean things, that shit needs to end. I got into a little bit of a argument today on Twitter over it, in fact, because there's this, the Los Angeles Times put out this story, meet the woman fighting against fat shaming in Hollywood. What's her name? Barbie Ferraria? I don't know. Some fat chick out there in Hollywood who she doesn't have the traditional body, and everybody tells her how brave she is because she like walks around fat. And somebody in response to that article had put in something to the effect that it's not nice to make fun of these people, but that we do need to stop with the notion that it's okay to just be that way. That, you know, you should be healthy, because she's clearly overweight, bordering on what doctors would term morbidly obese. She's not Tess Holliday big, but you don't have to be that big to be morbidly obese, guys. Seriously. Some other person pops up and says, it's never okay to heckle anyone. Like, what? That's fucking stupid. It is literally the kind of shit stupid people say when they're trying to sound morally superior to everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And I merely pointed that out, to which they took offense. And then wished upon me that one day I get to know what it's like. Like, one, I'm a white guy who grew up with the name Francis in a black neighborhood, whose female teacher in that same neighborhood said in front of the entire class, my name's Francis too. You don't know bullying chick. You really know. But it struck me funny. It's like, wait a minute. So you won't make fun of people because nobody deserves that, but you're literally wishing it on me. Doesn't that strike you as a little bit odd?
Nope.
And yeah, it's I love running into people like that because it doesn't even enter their head. And you could, as the conversation went on, you could see it finally click, and that's when they're like, good night, and they just leave. Right. Like, yeah. You caught it, didn't you? You caught it. As you're sitting there on your high horse being morally superior to me, because I'll admit that I will make fun of somebody if they look funny, whatever it is for. It's not always meant as malicious. I do it with my friends, for fuck's sake. Satsu can attest to that. Satsu, have I ever made fun of you for how black you are?
Well,
And he's allowed to make fun of me for any goddamn thing he wants. You know why? Because I love the man, and it's okay to make jokes now and then. And when you're getting to a point, though, when you're actually talking about somebody arguing that being obese is okay, when you're actually arguing for making society unhealthy, arguing that people eating themselves into an early fucking grave is okay, you're damn right I'm going to make fun of it. Because it's fucking stupid. And if you have a problem with that, then I have a problem with you. And yeah, I'll show you your hypocrisy out there for the whole world to see, because that's who I am. What else happened today? So some GOP lawmakers have called on the Justice Department to take legal action against cuties. I don't know if that's necessarily necessary. I'm not sure about the legalities involved, to be honest with you. And if there's something legal that needs to be done, then by all means do it. But I'm far more interested in what I saw. This is what a Netflix spokesman came out and said this, that Cuties is an award-winning, quote, social commentary against the sexualization of young children. I'm like, wait. You can't make a sexual commentary or a social commentary against sexualizing children without actually sexualizing the children in the process?
Monkey actually said what they made.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
I did. Yeah.
You accidentally said what they made on purpose.
Yeah. But they keep trying to pretend. No. This is a noble thing, you guys. My Freudian slip was their intentional thing.
Yes. Because everybody knows and drug prevention videos and stuff, they literally show how fun drugs are.
But they actually have close-up shots of the girls rubbing their crotches.
Monkey, and the tripped out part is what I was telling Squishy, because Squishy saw the video too. And
plug your ears.
She was just like, that was fucking disgusting. She was like,
Yeah.
there's no reason anybody should be okay with that. And I was like, Squishy, that was the tame shit.
Yeah.
Like that's the stuff that they were willing to show you. It gets significantly worse in the movie.
And look, you can have a social commentary on that. It's a great message that the over sexualization of our youth. That's something that it needs to be talked about. But you don't sexualize children to do that.
Yeah, you could easily tell their story and all the complications around it without actually showing the things that you feel is problematic.
How about this? For those scenes, have it be them pretending they're adults and switch to adult characters doing it. There's plenty of ways you could have got around this, and instead you went for the easiest, lowest way to do it. And don't sit there and preach your moral bullshit at me when we all know what it is. Yeah. It's art. No, it's not. Fuck you.
And watching that video again, because when Squishy was watching it, I was looking at the screen. I looked at did you guys ever pay attention to the audience?
Yeah, I did.
I'm like, dude.
Yep.
This is an audience full of grown-ass people smiling fucking ear to ear.
Yep.
Like, this is so great. And I'm just like, oh, arrest all of them.
Diesel Dave said that'd still be creepy. Yeah, but it wouldn't be children doing it.
Yeah.
And then maybe you can make your argument that it's art. Yeah. This one just made me laugh, and I know it shouldn't because it's horrible. Because of the Portland fires, you guys, the fires that are now starting to surround Portland and encroach on it, Antifa has had to call off their fire burnings for the night. Their direct actions have been called off for the evening because of the fire threat. And I'm like, oh, wow. Wait. Go ahead.
Real quick. Thank you, Michael Cruz. The author who wrote the Cuties is under right-wing conspiracy siege type article. Check the early life section.
I haven't seen that one. I have seen several of those things like the right wing is coming after cuties. Yeah, and I'm with them on this.
Yeah.
Say the left wing not being after cuties is what is bothering me. But anyway, so yeah, Safe PDX. It's actually an Antifa group out there in Portland. Because not everybody can come out and burn shit down in the middle of the streets due to the smoke and ash in the air from the fires. They had to call it off for right now. Yeah. And that was just so 2020. Antifa stopped setting fires for the night because of fires.
Yeah, safety first, guys.
And they actually said this. I also just want to comment that we try very hard to make sure all the direct actions are safe and accessible to everyone. Having an event outdoors today immediately excludes those with respiratory, vision, and other health problems from participating.
And our fires aren't big and grand enough for that to happen. So,
I love this world sometimes. Anything else I want to?
Thank you, Point Curation. Get Seth Rogen and company to play the girls. Acted straight. Getting minors to act this filmed or not is wrong. It's exploitation, commentary or not.
Exactly. I'd agree with that. The final one I do want to mention is this woman. Where was this article at? The Daily Beast. She went out there and she talked to some women who are going to be voting against Trump. Some of them who would only talk to her in their rooms away from their husbands because they were afraid of their husbands. She talked to 8 women.
Oh.
8 women who self-identified on Twitter as having been Trump supporters who are now not voting for him. And like, all right, shut up. I made fun of her. I heckled her a little bit, you guys, which you should never do to anyone ever. And I'm apologizing for my sin now. That's all I got, Skrulls.
All right. Well, we have time for a Mad Lib.
Sadly,
Thank you for your enthusiasm.
Rad Lib.
That's better. So, chat, this is what I need from you for the Mad Lib. I need a plural animal, a plural noun, and a verb ending in ing. A plural animal, a plural noun, and a verb ending in ing. Please put them into individual chat messages in the chat, and please tag them so I know what to look for. And I'll get to you shortly. Satsu, I need an adjective.
How about disgusting?
It seems to be a go-to for you sometimes.
Yes.
Monkey, I need an adjective.
Scabby.
Chris.
All right. Satsu, I need a male celebrity.
Gilbert Gottfried.
All right. Monkey, I need a male celebrity.
Pat Robertson.
Oh, wow. Okay. And again, Satsu, I need a male celebrity.
Justin Trudeau. He's a celebrity, right?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Monkey, I need a noun.
Oh, douche.
It's going to be nouns for the next several guys, so just get them ready in your mind. Satsu, I need a noun.
How about a broomstick?
Okay. Monkey, I need
Kentucky.
a noun. Sorry, what?
Kentucky.
You
I was
remembered.
ready.
You
I was
remembered.
ready. Yes. The last time I did that, state came up next. So if that happens again, that's your fault.
Well, it doesn't, so it doesn't. Satsu, I need another noun.
How about a dump truck?
Okay. Monkey, I need a number.
422.
422. Satsu, I need a part of the body. Shall I just put in weenus?
I mean, sure.
Okay. Weenus. All right. On to chat. I need plural animals. Let's see. Stargazer Nux.
Nice.
Nux. Okay. Stargazer Nuts says skunks. I think that's where my brain went. Then skunks and then anyway. Skunks. All right. Plural noun. Let's see. Plural noun. Michael Caruza says Barbie dolls. Sure, why not? And lastly, I can get that. A verb ending in ing. Let's see. Who's got a good one? Advocatus diaboli, flagellating.
Oh.
I like that one. All right. Here we go, guys. This one is called Football Broadcast.
Oh, boy.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your favorite sportscaster bringing you the big football game between the Columbia University Skunks and the West Point Barbie Dolls. The center has just snapped the douche back to the Columbia star halfback, Gilbert Gottfried, who is running around his own left broomstick. There he's tackled hard around the weenus. Now it's West Point's ball and 4:22 to go. They're coming out of the huddle. The ball is snapped back to Pat Robertson, who fades back and throws a long, disgusting pass, which is caught by Justin Trudeau, who is West Point's scabby quarterback. He's in the clear, and he races over the Kentucky for a touchdown. No, wait! The referee is calling the play back to the 35 dump truck line. He's going to penalize West Point for flagellating.
Wow.
Oh, man.
And that's it.
That was delightful.
That's it. Let's see.
You don't want to get tackled around the weenus. That shit hurts.
Yeah. I will save that. You know, I don't think I posted the last couple we did, so I'll have to do like a big batch on Twitter shortly. Let's see. A couple minutes left before we get to the bottom of the hour. Let's see. Oh, I want to find that. I want to find that Moon article real quick and hear about the evils of capitalism on the moon real quick. Let's see if I can still find that. Is that still on here, or has it already disappeared? Wow, they do a lot of stuff. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I want to find out what they're talking about here. NASA is soliciting bids to bring capitalism to the moon. Mankind's quest to really fuck up the moon is taking another step. NASA has filed a request for quotations for any company willing to scrape the lunar surface for the first off-world sale of space resources in a sort of baby step towards moon capitalism. What else are we going to do with the moon?
Right.
What else would the moon be good for us? Barring us just never going back, what possible use would there be to invest time, labor, and people's lives into going to the moon, except for the benefit of humanity, which is ultimately going to come down to economic gain?
Well, no. The real benefit of humanity would be to go up there and gather as many resources as you can from the moon so you can evenly distribute it amongst all the people on the world so we can all benefit and pretty much completely destroy the moon in the process.
The project isn't complicated. NASA is offering $15,000 to $25,000 for samples of rocks, lunar regolith, a fancy word for dust, debris, and other moon crud, or ices, so long as they're able to pack them in some type of container and provide photographic and textual proof of where it was culled from. Contractors will have to provide their own transportation to the moon, and NASA isn't even asking for the samples to be analyzed or returned to Earth. Well, if they're not being asked to return them to Earth, why the hell would they pay money for them?
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm confused. Quote, the materials may be collected from any location on the lunar surface as determined by the contractor, NASA wrote in the document. Quote, purchase is made on an as-collected condition. The collected materials may be any combination of regolith types, rocks, and or co-present species such as ice, unquote. Except they didn't put quotation marks, they put a colon. NASA wants the samples to be in the range of 50 to 500 grams, about the size of a full stick of butter, though it noted payment won't depend on, quote, the quantity of lunar material collected, unquote. Okay, well, if it's Okay, quality. I don't know. The space agency wants the micro mining moon mission completed by the end of 2024. Its target date for a manned mission to the moon. The paltry $15,000 to $25,000 price tag per sample means any contract will almost certainly be undertaken as a sideline and some other type of mission to the lunar surface. Okay.
Yeah, because I was just about to say, like, I got a feeling that the cost to get to the moon is gonna pretty much outdo any money you're gonna make from that.
It's also mostly symbolic. According to Ars Technica, NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine told the Secure World Foundation Summit for Space Sustainability on Thursday that the project is intended to set expectations for how resource exploitation in space will operate under the new Outer Space Treaty, which disallows nations from making sovereign territorial claims in space. Okay. The U.S. position is that humans can take whatever the hell they want from space and declare it theirs. Yes. Because it's not territorial. You can't make a sovereign claim, but you can be an independent privateer, effectively. Okay. Donald Trump issued an executive order earlier this year designating the area that is... Sorry, I misread that. Earlier this year, denigrating the idea that space is a global commons, and later proposed a set of accords that would create an international framework to explore the moon and extract its resources. Yeah, it's going to happen, guys. You can't communize the moon or space forever. At some point, it's going to come down to private corporations or somebody else footing the bill and someone wanting to claim their territory. It's just inevitable. It's a nice idea while we don't have the means or the initiative to actually try to colonize the moon or exploit the moon's resources. But once we start to, it's going to happen. It's just, yeah. Okay. There's more sort of very cynical, like capitalism is evil in this article, but I'll put the link in the chat in case anybody else wants to explore it. But other than that, guys, we're on to the bottom of the hour, and it's your time, question time. If you have comments, complaints, concerns, conspiracy theories, questions, let us know now. If you have questions for us directly, please put plenty of chat marks after those. If you have statements for us to consider, please put plenty of statement marks after those. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, well, sucks to be you. Dr. No, Satsu 2 Cents and Ranting Monkey, what is your favorite dad joke? Yes, because I don't qualify.
I don't know that I have a favorite dad joke. And most jokes I hear them and then they go away. I don't remember them again.
Yeah, it's hard for me to just kind of conjure one up.
Cannibalistic Wizard, why do people say the N-word so bad? What's wrong with November?
I think the word that they're talking about is Nostradamus.
Nobody talks about that anymore.
It was actually, isn't there like a video, the Nostradamus effect or something that just came out?
I wouldn't be surprised. Every time something happens, it has to have been predicted. What?
My daughter just sent me a Snapchat.
Uh-oh.
Apparently Little Butt went to the bathroom and Peanut was just lost without her.
Oh, poor Peanut.
She crawled right up to the door and knocked on a little bit and then just kind of crawled away all sad.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's adorable.
Oh, Peanut. Let's see. Frosty Glass, Satsu, did you get my Discord DM?
Who said that? Frosty Glass?
Frosty Glass.
Maybe. Hold on.
He doesn't know yet. Moto Winter. Oh, Lords, would you all try a smoked apple pie? Smoked apple pie. Topped with a scoop of fried vanilla ice cream and a fluffy mug of melted sugar ice. No, it is not just sugar. Okay, I don't know what that last one is, but the pie sounds fine, and the ice cream sounds fine. Well, I'm not quite sure what flavor, if you smoked the apples and then made a pie out of them. It sounds interesting. So, yeah, yes to everything, but the mystery of the drink is, yeah.
Sure. I'm not really a fan of apple pie, but what is?
Well, you are a communist.
Whoa!
Apple pie is awesome.
What happened?
I said apple pie is awesome.
No, Setsu said whoa for something. So either he's doing a Joey Lawrence impression or something happened.
Because I was taken aback by your comment.
Oh, I thought you were
He's
looking
like,
at. I thought
Why
you were
would
looking
be offended at that?
well, he doesn't like apple pie, so I mean, it's a natural conclusion.
I guess so.
I'm just saying. Let's see. Karaman Najir. Oh, Lords. Thoughts on the Mueller team wiping 15 cell phones before giving them to the DOJ? Lisa Page's phone was among them. I read that headline somewhere. I didn't actually end up reading the story. You guys see any of that?
The Mueller team's thing. I haven't been keeping a close eye on it, but yeah, a whole bunch of the phones were just completely wiped.
Was that a deliberate move, or was that some kind of like, oops?
Nobody's saying.
Nobody's saying. Okay.
There are some that were wiped. Something like that. There was a problem with the phone, so it had to be like factory reset kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not all of them. So yeah.
Point Curation says exploitation of the moon and elsewhere in the solar system will happen, and we'll face more crises in the future. Yes, the corporate wars are coming. The interspatial corporate wars. Thank you, Chat Mort. Money for Scribe because Scribe is the best. Aw, thank you, Chat. I hope SideQuest went well tonight. I don't know if it's still going on, but hope you had fun.
I see how it is, Chat.
Well, I put her in the thumbnails occasionally.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. Dr. No, Scribe Light, your stream keeps on coming in and out. I have no control over it, guys. I've heard every word that Satsu and Monkey have said, so my internet to them and vice versa seems to be fine. I can only assume it's YouTube. I don't have any other explanation. Hopefully the final product won't be anywhere as jittery as the live version, but it is what it is. Data Wasteland says, I tell dad jokes. Sometimes he laughs. Ha, 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 ha.
No.
Tack Alpaca, are you a fan of REM's song Man on the Moon? I am to a certain extent. I'm also more of a fan of the album Automatic for the People that comes from, because the whole album is one of those things that I listened to when I was a kid, and it's got that sort of sentimental thing to it. There's a lot of songs on there that really stick to me. I'm not a really big REM fan otherwise, but that particular album I just like. Red Dirt Runner, Monk, when will the children book readings come out?
Oh, I don't know if I would ever do that under this name.
I'd have Lady Monkey do it. If she's like got Little Butt in her lap and she's reading stories to her, that'd be kind of cool. Let's see, Frosted Glass. Is there any way we can get the first company on the moon to be called Wayland Yutani? Oh, someone's thinking about it, I'm sure, because we have to use those movies as prophecy. Dr. No, Lords of the Night, have you tried Blue Moon ice cream? Is that the Nancy Pelosi super stuff?
No, I don't know.
What was the name of the ice cream stuff that Nancy Pelosi had like gallons and gallons in her super expensive refrigerators?
They were pints, and I forget what the name of it is.
Well, yeah, enough pints equals gallons.
Yeah.
But you said gallons and gallons. It was pints and pints.
Whatever.
They were like $12 a pint, though, wasn't it? That fucking
Something
13.
Like that, yeah.
13, yes.
Yeah, 13.
Good Lord.
Let's see. Mystery. There is such a thing as destroying evidence in the event of it being classified. That should have the ability to make assumptions as a deterrent. Well, again, like I say, that's why I asked. I mean, it is a government operation. So someone making some kind of bonehead mistake. But is there documentation that it was done with the knowledge that this was destroying evidence? Because in that case, yeah, fuck those guys. Mike R. Hey, Lords, did you guys like the Bill Maher video I linked you guys to? I don't know if I saw that. When was
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Huh. Okay. Let's see. Stargazer Nuts, where the hell is your applaud button? Yeah, saw that tweet early today. There's some experimental thing that YouTube is doing for, I guess, a very select number of channels where, in addition to your thumbs up, thumbs down buttons right in the middle there's something called the applaud button, which is a heart-shaped thing with a plus on it. And somebody watching your video can just click it and just give you a $2 per click donation, even if you're not live, just because you like the video. Up to $50, I believe it was. That was the article I read from February. But apparently it's still in experiment stages, and only a very, 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 very small number of channels actually have it. So I don't know. And I don't know what the qualifications are to get it if they ever actually release it on a wide scale. So if I ever see a little heart button there, I'll let you guys know.
I ain't never
God.
getting that. That's what Streamlabs is for.
Right. Yeah.
Somebody put up a post on Facebook that says, "I'd rather have a postal service than a space force." And I'm just like, well, do I have news for you?
Mm-hmm. Red alert. You've got what you wanted.
This may come as a shock.
Let's see. Well, all the questions stopped, so I guess there's nothing else to ask.
Wait a minute.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, this was a Babylon Bee thing. It said, responding to the backlash, Netflix clarifies this content is mostly pedophilia free.
Jesus.
Nice.
Oh, God.
Oh,
It's sad that can. Oh, man.
Sad but true, huh? Let's see.
Why is the Pledge of Allegiance trending?
Because it's 9/11, maybe?
No comment.
Let's see. Oh, Lords, would you rather write an erotic novel in the style of Dr. Seuss for a pile of gold or write a horse-sized cat? I'd do the first one. Because I could do that. I could stretch my English major muscles to do that for a pile of gold.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd try that. I'm not a horse-sized cat. Are you out of your fucking mind?
Yeah.
That motherfucker gonna be knocking over cars and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a liger or something. I mean, those get pretty big.
Not horse-sized.
I don't know how
A horse-sized cat would fucking just go on a rampage, and we would be its bitch. It would truly be a god amongst us.
Pirates Creed Satsu. In regards to my comment last night, Truck Kun is a reference to how isekai protagonist getting killed by a truck, and Chair Sama is a Bleach reference. Understand?
I get the first half. Chair Sama as a Bleach reference? Chair. It's been a long time since I've seen Bleach, so the first one I get, because every time there's an anime death, the go-to is they got hit by a truck. It's like meme worthy at this point. You know, they walk out, turn around, truck comes out of nowhere, the screen flashes white. Yeah, that shit. But the other one is I haven't seen Bleach in quite some time, so I don't know.
Keldrick, thank you so much. My roommate tested positive for the Wu flu, so my job sent me home for the next couple of weeks, which means I have plenty of time to watch you folk. Well, sorry for your roommate. I hope it doesn't become anything worse than just being tested positive and it's asymptomatic and all, but I guess congratulations on the free vacation. Are you getting paid during this time off that you're forced home? I hope so. Or something. Otherwise, that would suck. Thank you so much. Pinkala the Driving 8-Man, thank you. I fell asleep. Did you guys cover the Atlantic now calling for the Nobel Prize to be canceled? And people are agreeing. Yes, we covered that. And I'm not surprised people are agreeing. And honestly, I personally couldn't care less if they got rid of the Nobel Peace Prize, so long as the actual actions meant to encourage peace in the world continued. Because conceivably they're not doing it for the prize, but for the end in and of itself. So, whatever. Pyrus Creed. In the final arc of Bleach, Aizen is bound to a chair that is very strong, nearly indestructible, which the internet named Chair Sama. Got it?
I didn't see the final season of Bleach. I stopped. Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
That's probably why I don't get it, because I literally stopped watching after Ichigo lost his powers. That was the end for me. I was just like, yep, all right, show's over. And I stopped watching from there. I know they continued. I just didn't see any of it. So,
Jack Gunsky, Scribe Light. Am I the only person who noticed that one of the actresses in Cuties looks like she has Down syndrome? I don't know. I haven't given it that much scrutiny, to be honest.
I turned away pretty quick.
Yeah.
what happened? What was the question? I'm sorry.
Am I the only person who noticed that one of the actresses in Cuties looks like she has Down syndrome?
Oh no, I wasn't paying that much attention.
The most detail I have about that movie is Yosef. You know, our friend Yosef.
Yeah.
He was live tweeting as he was watching the film what he was seeing in his interpretation of it. So he'd give like a little timestamp and then like what had happened and like that kind of thing. And so just the text sort of log of what he was seeing is as much as I know about the actual movie to this point. And I think I lost the thread after he was like 20 minutes in or something, and he wasn't particularly impressed. So I don't know what happened later on.
Did you guys see the IMDb thing for
No.
Cuties?
Yeah, where it got changed.
Yeah.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. Motto Winter, oh lords, why is the cat eating the television?
Because you don't feed your cat. You should probably feed your cat.
I'm trying to come up with a television pun that'll work. It's not coming to me. Let's see. Brad Young. AP put a video about some jackass defending that movie. Geez, that guy is creepy.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
you know what? It was weird because the video wasn't totally in context. So I'm like, is he defending it or is he saying this as a problem? Because what he said is like the movie wants you to have two things on your mind as you watch it. He said, what the first thing is they're children, and the second thing is they're hot. And I'm just like, by the way he was talking and how neutral his face and his reaction to that was, I'm just like, is he saying that's a bad thing? Or is he saying that as a virtue? I didn't see the whole thing, so I couldn't really tell.
Yeah, but anytime you describe 11-year-olds as hot, I'm gonna have an issue with it.
Oh, well, definitely. But I thought he was.
He might have said, that they were dressed in a sexy manner,
Right.
something like that. But hot? You're talking about 11-year-old girls, dude.
Yeah.
Because he does. He goes, and they're hot. They were like, what, dude? No.
Let's see. Mata Winters, Scribe Light, sassy. I don't own a cat. Why is it eating my TV?
Because you leave your door open. You should close your door so cats don't come in and eat your TV.
Victim blaming.
Look, close your door. Cats won't eat your TV.
Pirates Creed, speaking of Bleach, did you hear that the anime is returning to finish the final arc that was never animated? It involves Soul Society fighting the Quincy. This is all Greek to me.
No, I didn't hear about that. And if I did, I probably wouldn't have cared because I haven't caught up yet. And I don't plan on doing so anytime soon.
And you keep spoiling it for Satsu anyway.
Well, I don't like I said, I had no plans on continuing Bleach. Because I didn't hate it. I really enjoyed what I saw, but I'm just like, there's no part of me that's just like, I need to finish that at the moment.
Let's see. Daniel Foreman, Ranting Monkey, what kind of flowers did you get the missus?
Roses.
How many?
Oh, for her birthday, I didn't. The last one was for anniversary.
Oh.
And it was a dozen.
All right. Good.
Squishy would get so mad at me if I bought her flowers.
Oh, yeah?
Lady Monkey likes flowers, though, so.
She's like, why would you buy me something that's just going to die when you could have bought me something that I could eat?
No, you can eat roses. They don't taste
something
very
that's
good.
already dead.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't want to watch something die. I want to eat the dead thing.
She like, I'm not going to water them. I'm not going to take care of them. They're just going to die. So
Well, you can dry roses and hang them as a decoration or something. That's always fine, too.
she ain't going to do that shit either.
Oh, for God's sakes. Let's see.
I need that chair I just put into chat there. That is fucking amazing. And it's sweet looking, too.
The what is?
We're gonna get.
I just put a
Monkey
link in the
chair.
chat.
Oh, the scorpion thing. Yeah, I saw that. Well, we still need to find you like one of those like computer console things so you can sit and rest without so much pain.
What? Look at that thing.
What? Okay, well, how much is that thing?
I don't fucking know.
Well, let's find out. How much is this thing?
I'm sorry, but this thing looks like
2000
it'll accidentally kill you.
All right, so $2,000.
Oh, that's
all this one is?
That's pretty cheap,
That-
actually.
if you click on the link, that's what it says. Scorpion King computer gaming office reclining chair for 3 monitors, 1 to 2 pieces, US 1,999. Less than 3 pieces, US $1,800. So, yeah, $2,000.
That is amazing.
So we need to start a fundraiser for Monkey to get the Scorpion chair. Question is, will that fit in your computer room? Because it is a pretty large piece of equipment.
I'd have to clear most of the stuff out.
Yeah, get the dimensions on that and check it out.
Dude, we're gonna fucking Monkey's gonna be like, hey, got a surprise for you. Look out your window. Walking past in his fucking scorpion chair. What's up, guys?
Let's see. Stargazer says that thing will kill you. I mean, if you're playing like Old World Blues or something, then yeah, it looks like something you'd want to shoot. But otherwise,
Yeah, that chair looks like it'll accidentally malfunction and go too far, and you'll just be a fucking Cheerio in that thing.
That thing was amazing.
yeah. All right. So we have we got a project to work on to get Monkey that chair. Does it look like it'll be comfortable for you though?
Well, yeah, it's got all those reclining positions.
All right. Oh, excuse me.
I don't know. I mean, I do got a big dick, and that's kind of a low table they got there. So I might need to get it lifted just a little bit, but
Your dick or the
Otherwise-
chair?
both.
Monkey
I
needs
need
a
them
dick.
both lifted.
Yeah, Monkey needs a dick lift.
A dick lift.
I'm 45, man. I might need a dick lift at this point.
Yeah, it's
Put that back
it's like
where
a
it used to be.
it's like a forklift, except someone you keep in your room and it's kind of tiny. All right, that's more comfortable. CD Man says, the Droidica chair. Yeah, it does look like a Droidica from the prequel movies, doesn't it? Except it is made in China, Monkey. You'd be giving money to the Chinese.
I'm not one of those people who's against giving money to the Chinese. I just think it needs to be done, Look, I ain't paying $1 bajillion for a cell phone. Let those little Chinese kids make it for me.
Oh, God. Oh, excuse me.
I ain't no hypocritical American. I'm a fucking spend my money and be like, yeah, let the kids do it as long as they're not from the U.S.
Wow.
Wow, what was that about child exploitation again that you were against?
I didn't say that was sexualization.
Oh, labor.
Those girls can
He
go
like
work
slave
in
labor?
sweatshops.
That's
yeah,
fine.
okay, labor exploitation. That's fine.
Those little French girls can go work in a sweatshop for all I care.
Right? Yes. Monkey, you are a model citizen.
I'm an American.
Jim Healy says, the last woman I bought roses for turned them into a tea.
Oh, there you
Rose
go.
tea. Oh, I guess, yeah, I've heard of rose tea before. All
That's
right.
clever.
Legit. Thank you, John Migda. Was wondering if I could get a birthday song for my brother Sam. I think we can handle that.
Hell no. I mean, yeah, we got you.
Sam, it's your birthday, and around here we do this, and a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Hope you had a good one.
Happy birthday, dear Sam.
Your friend's horrible for suggesting this.
Happy birthday to you. Just turned 21. Happy birthday. Be safe out there.
Oh, boy. You should pregame with some Goldschlager in 151.
That's right.
Jesus. Pregame. Can't get over that. Drink responsibly. That's our message. Let's see. Motto Winter. Oh, Lords, should Sassy get Squishy some flower teas so he can get her flowers? Oh, that's a loophole, I suppose. It's food. That's not me this time.
That's outside my window.
Oh,
It's the popo.
Coming for
Oh,
Monkey.
down their way.
Coming
Because
They're
for
my-
coming to get you.
horrible comments about child labor.
I was
know,
about to
they're-
say, yeah. It's like
They're about
they
to
heard
come and
that.
get your ass.
They heard that, and it's like he's operating a sweatshop in his own
I
house. Oh my
said
god!
not American, damn it.
Let's see. Daniel Fullman, I wonder if the later replay of the stream will include the blinking. I hope not. I hope it's just a YouTube broadcasting thing and not a recording issue. But I don't have any control over it, guys. So just luck of the draw, I guess. Let's see. Anything else? We're coming up on the top of the hour, guys. If you have any other questions or comments or anything, are you guys doing a gaming stream after this?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you doing Grounded?
Yes, we are playing Grounded.
Okay, Elma Flood. So, guys, if you want to watch Monkey and Satsu run around running away from spiders amongst giant blades of grass, you can follow them over on 2 Cents Plus as they play Grounded. You guys got anything coming up other than the usual tomorrow?
No.
No. If something pisses me off enough to where I make a video, you'll be notified.
All right. Let's see. Anything else that you guys wanted to mention? We got a couple of minutes.
No.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, there's some chick fighting against fat shaming in Hollywood.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, America.
Who is
Barbie something?
she's
I talked about that.
Did you?
Yeah.
I think I might have walked away when you were talking about that because
You never listen to me is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what communists do.
well, you made tuna casserole the last time, and I still ain't slapped you for it. So
Diesel Dave. Hey, Diesel Dave. Scribe Light, fine on Xbox, no flicker. Okay, so hopefully, fingers crossed, the final recording will not be flickering or stuttering or anything, and it's just YouTube's web deal.
I did see some people, they were watching on, are most of you getting that flicker on phones?
I saw somebody say something, the phone app wasn't working very well.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
And I need to say thank you. I'm not saying why to furry. Thank you.
Ryan Rawlings, Lords, would you sing happy birthday for the office manager at my work so I can send her the link on Monday and watch her agony? Well,
Is she
yeah.
going to touch your pee-pee if we do?
Oh no. And what is your office manager's name? Because we need a name.
well, she ain't gonna listen after that. So
And if you wanted to watch an agony, I'm assuming you want us to sing badly. So Monkey's already got that covered, but you need me to like tone down my quality.
Yeah, people are saying it's mobile app. Yeah.
Okay. Her name is Alani. Did I say that correctly? Alani?
Alani. Alani.
that's a nice name.
Your birthday, and around here we do this. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday
to you.
Tone it back up just a little bit.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you.
It's a little too high.
Happy birthday, dear Lonnie.
Almost there.
Happy birthday to you.
There we go. Perfect.
Happy birthday, Alani. I hope you have a great one.
Well played, Scribbles. Well played.
I do my breath. I do my
He
breath.
does his breast.
I do my breast. Wow. Okay. Moving on. Oh God, Michael Cruz. I saw the blinking on Sin stream earlier today. Yeah, I think YouTube is just having a whole bunch of goofiness, aren't they? Well, I mean, YouTube's based out of California, isn't it?
Yes.
It could be fire related, possibly.
YouTube's a flustercluck? Who knew?
Pretty sure it's just YouTube is garbage. They've been having a lot of problems with their web browser or their phone browser lately.
Okay. Let's see. Motto Winter. Oh, Lords, thoughts on grilled brie cheese on rye? You mean a grilled cheese sandwich?
With brie, though.
With brie, that's bizarre.
Can it just be Kraft singles on white?
I mean, I'd try it. I don't have anything against rye bread or brie cheese inherently. I just don't know if grill it'd be kind of.
But
yeah, I don't know.
But we have plenty of white bread and Kraft singles.
Yeah, I mean, Wonder Bread and plastic cheese. Come on, guys.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Let's see. Desert Rat, we know how you guys feel about kid drag shows and the Netflix atrocity. How do you feel about toddler pageants?
Fucking hate them.
Toddlers and tiaras always creep the fuck out of me. I mean, I think I watched one episode with a friend of mine because we were like morbidly curious, like what the hell is this show about? And I think we watched like the first episode, and one or more of the judges in whatever that show was looked like somebody who drove around in a white van.
Yeah.
And I was just like, no, I don't want to. I don't know what's going on here. I don't want to have anything to do with this anymore.
That shit runs the gamut from child sexploitation to outright child abuse.
Yeah, especially the mothers, how nuts they were. Oh, God. Anyway, guys, all that, we're at the top of the hour, and thus the end of the show. Remember, go check out Monkey and Satsu over on 2 Cents Plus after this as they play Grounded, and you can follow their adventures on there. And hopefully, Satsu's broadcast will look even better after tomorrow when supposedly they'll fix his internet.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I've done a few speed tests right before the stream tonight, and I'm looking like I should be able to have a pretty good stream. So hopefully, we'll see.
And hopefully as well, YouTube will figure out whatever's going on with their broadcasting software in time for tomorrow at noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern, when I will do part 2 of the Toning a Friend TED Excellence. Pick up where the internet unfortunately cut me off the last time and finish that one out. And Monkey, you going to do a Monkey in the Morning tomorrow?
Probably.
Okay.
I might even remember this one.
All right. We'll keep an eye out for that, guys. Follow us on Twitter because we'll always notify when we're doing stuff ahead of time on there. Anything else to mention before we go, guys?
Tom Steyer still owes me money. I ain't forgot, bitch.
And my cooking channel is criminally undersubbed. You should go sub to my cooking channel.
Yes. FAM 2 Cents.
Mm-hmm.
FAM 2 Cents. Go check that out and check out Satsu's cooking videos and learn how to cook like a Satsu does.
That's right.
But everyone, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Really appreciate it. You guys are the best audience in the world. Moderators, thank you for keeping an eye on things. Even though our audience is so well behaved, you guys have very little to do. Everyone who donated tonight, thank you so much for your generosity. I really do appreciate it. As soon as I'm able to travel again to the grocery store, I will spend it on terrible things to put in my body like goldfish crackers, Jack Daniels, and Dr. Pepper. But with that, Monkey, Satsu, thank you for joining me as always.
Indeed.
Everyone, your lives make us sad, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
And taking out my copy of Screw the Roses, Send Me the Thorns, the romance and sexual sorcery of sadomasochism.
Sadomasochism!
You bastard.
And today's secret word is feet.
Oh, God. Yeah, you can have this one, Monkey.
Monkey has claimed defeat.